So it's the day after, guys. Erica's all finished with the planting, as you can see. So she's in the back garden. We're going to head back and see what she did over there. Come on. And here she is, so let's ask her. Erica, what have you been doing since we've been away?
Let's see, we finished all of our seedling planting, so what you'll see here is some nice, healthy, happy little lettuces.
Right.
And this is really what you'll see the day after you throw seedlings in the ground. Usually the first day you put them in, they will. If they get tired, you know, you give them a nice evening that's cool.
Right.
In the morning they'll perk up and they should stay like this.
Okay.
And this will allow you to monitor them the rest of the time while they're in the ground. So now from here on out, when they're soggy, you can keep them nice and hydrated and monitor them by
will you one of these every day, you think?
No.
No.
It's on an as needed basis.
Okay.
So things like lettuce, which we'll give away if they're you know feeling dehydrated.
Right.
By drooping a little, you just water them as needed.
Okay. So all right. So you just know by looking at them.
Now what you will remember is we did some beans back here.
Yes.
So those we will water every day.
Okay.
Because they need to stay wet so that they sprout.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Okay. And then we had.
We have our little cherry tomatoes, which
Right.
will be nice and hardy throughout the fall here in California, and we have our nightshade family plants all together here. We have our tomatoes, our eggplants, and our chilies.
Beautiful, and obviously my plant that I planted.
That's your plant.
Which has grown at least 2 feet today.
Keep an eye on that, that's right.
And I think there's a little flower on it. Look, you can see it's flowering already. Look at these. Aren't they pretty?
It's a chili flower, and you'll see behind it a nice eggplant flower as well. That's the American eggplant, just the classic big
right here.
egg-shaped black eggplant. That's right, we planted our beets there in a nice even plane.
Okay.
I'll keep that hydrated and nice and moist so that those seeds can sprout right up.
Okay, beautiful. Then as we said, we have our bok choy, which was already here.
We have our bok choy that was already here, but funny enough, yesterday you asked about the erosion of the leaves, which you thought may be from an insect. What I do see here are some cabbage moth eggs. So those lovely little white butterflies you see in your garden
are laying eggs.
Are actually laying eggs as they sit down. So what you want to do is just knock them off.
Just brush them off.
Yeah, and they're probably in the other plant as well in a much more significant way. If you want to try brushing those off yourself.
So now, if I didn't leave these on here, what would happen?
They would hatch and turn into beautiful, cute little inchworms. And over time they'd get bigger and bigger, and then they'd cocoon and turn into a pupa and then a moth. And you'd see their droppings all over the plant, as starting out as green when they first dropped them, and then turning black. So if you started seeing a lot of chomping away, you could get rid of them.
Oh, there's a bunch of eggs back here.
Yeah, and the funny thing about these worms is they don't make a lot of damage. They make little holes, and then when you go to wash the plant, they float right up in the water. So you're not in any risk of throwing them in your walk and
that's pretty good. Okay, so it's still edible, is what we're saying.
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay, good. So over here, what do we have? We didn't have this down yesterday. So what do you got here?
So we have an Asian chili, a shoy choy.
I can see it. Well, it's flowering right here as well.
Yeah, it's a very delicate little chili.
Oh, look at this guy. I just spotted him. Nice, look at that.
Yeah, those are nice to barbecue.
Beautiful.
And then we have 2 Tabasco chilies. You'll see they're a very different looking plant. If you notice, they're little tiny chilies, and they're growing upright. So we'll make some nice chili sauce with those this year. Put that back.
How long will these take before you can actually pick them and start eating them?
I would imagine they'll be ready to go in about 4 weeks.
Okay.
They still have nice heat.
And again, in terms of how watering
Chilies are very drought tolerant. They like that. They like that drought. They like to be dry. So I'll probably do that only once a week for them.
Okay. Then we have, what do we say here?
We have some Jerusalem artichokes, which are a tuber, and they're a little bit frustrated right now. We're trying to nurse them through this transplant. But what you'll see, typical in planting, 2 that are thriving and absolutely happy, and one that's really struggling along. We might lose this guy. Okay. So that's just the way it goes.
You know, we got 2, so that's okay.
That's right. And we see our little jicama. He's happy. He's in the ground and he's ready to go. He's already branching out quite a bit. Oh, he's grown a lot since yesterday, actually. Wow. This whole piece was not here.
Beautiful.
We put our cucumbers in and we're trellising them up.
Right.
And these are just standard American cucumbers.
Will the vines grow up the trellis?
They will. See these little guys?
Yeah.
These are the arms.
Okay.
When I planted them, I've actually planted them so they can move in. And you got to kind of just keep reminding them so they cruise on up.
So they figure out. Fantastic.
Yeah. And that's it. We're going to do some winter planting over here in the next few weeks, some winter greens, and we'll talk about that when we put those in the ground.
And then we got some other stuff going on, which we'll always let you guys know when it happens. So there it is, guys. Make sure you check out my website, thehealthyirishman.com, and thanks for watching. See you later.